now. He's just better at moving the ball around, even rebounds, and he just looks bigger and just more broad, stronger than he was a few years ago. Draymond Green, I'm giving him an 8 out of 10. I think he shot 50%. He's highly efficient. He's a good defender. He's always on your best guy normally. And he's never been a crazy score first guy, And that's why I'm not rating him so low, because a lot of people are going to look at his stat sheet and say, what the hell is that? Like 9 points, 10 boards, 6 assists. You underestimate his value, Draymond. He's great defensively, as I already said, and he's Butler if Butler didn't score as much. He's valuable. People just don't see it. Adebayo, I'm gonna give him a generous 6 out of 10. He performed poorly in 4 of the 7 games, under 10 points. But he did show up in Game 7, and he did well in the other games. The other 3 games, but I can't give him any higher than a 6, because, I think him underperforming is a big part of why they lost. Alright, Andrew Wiggins, I'm also giving an 8 out of 10. I think he did what he had to do. He didn't average, over 20 points, but he averaged in, that 15 to 20 point area, which I think is more of his job. He's more of a role player guy. He's not a guy that's gonna, score first. I don't know what happened in the music. Oh, there it is. Alright. Luka, 8.5 out of 10. He's great offensively. There's no problem with that. I think he averaged over 30 points in the playoffs. Yep, 31. He's got to get better defensively. And he just has to be better defensively. That's his only problem right now. If he can get better defensively, he's probably got the brightest future. And another problem with him is he plays himself into shape. He doesn't stay in shape throughout the offseason. Kind of plays himself into it. He looks tired at the beginning of the season. It's giving me a lot of James Harden vibes, Except he's a lot better in the postseason than Harden is. But I think he did very well. The rest of the Mavericks, who I'm actually going to rate right now, I'm giving them a 5 out of 10. Only because Jalen Brunson did something. But the rest of the Mavs outside of Luka was pretty bad. In the conference finals. This is why they lost in 5 to the Warriors. If they were a little better, they could have been competitive with the Warriors. But the rest of the Mavs played poorly. And that's why they got... And it is a combination of Luka being poor defensively. But, it's... I'd be lying if I didn't say that the rest of the Mavs not doing much was definitely a key contribution. Alright. Klay Thompson. I'm giving him an 8 out of 10 as well. I know I'm giving a lot of these out, but Klay Thompson is very underrated. He missed the playoffs. The Warriors missed the playoffs without him, but they made it to the finals with him. He's very Scottie Pippen. He's a great defender. He is a number 2 to Steph, and he's not very recognized, but there are people that recognize how good he is and what a great compliment he is to Steph. He's the perfect compliment to Steph. I don't think you can ask for a better one. Jaylen Brown, I'm giving him a 9 out of 10. He's always been athletic. He was very clutch this series. He hit a lot of threes. He was a great role player for the Celtics. I don't think the Celtics win if not for Jaylen Brown's contributions. He put up 20 pretty much every night, except for one. He put up 40 in one night. I think he was key to the Celtics win. Kyle Lowry, I'm giving it might even be a generous 3 out of 10. He shot 29% from the field. I think it's just done. I think it's just over for him, you know. I don't even want to look. I don't want to look at Lowry's stats. It's just not good. You know, he's an older, injured player. He averaged 7 points throughout the whole playoffs. I think he had a great career, Kyle Lowry, but unfortunately, I think I have to say this is the last go around we've seen of him. I think he's, like I said, great career, but I think this is it. All right, Jason Tatum, I'm giving him a 9.5 out of 10, tied with Jimmy Butler. I mean, turnovers were a problem for him, I think, but a lot of NBA players have that problem. I mean, LeBron, doesn't he have like the record for most turnovers ever? Like, a lot of NBA players have that issue. But other than that, man, I think he was 27 points throughout the playoffs. You know, 38% from three. He was clutch. He was clutch in these games. Alright. The Heat's offense, I'm giving a 5 out of 10 only because of Jimmy Butler. Butler was great, but their offense couldn't shoot. They were great shooting all year, but their 3 worst shooting nights of the year came against the Celtics in this series, so I'm giving them a 5 out of 10 because Butler did something. That's all. Alright, good stuff today. As I said, I'm gonna keep trying to get on my podcast anytime I can. I mean, the summer is coming up, so hopefully, you know, once the summer rolls around, I should be good. Alright, well, this was Dylan Miller on Daily Dose of Dylan, Google Podcast, Spotify, Spreaker, or iHeartRadio. This is Dylan Miller on Daily Dose of Dylan, and I will see you whenever I'm available to do a podcast.